All right, what's going on, guys? Just update on the tank. If anybody was wondering, so I had concerns that I might not have eradicated whatever disease was in the tank already, as I couldn't get all of the fish out of the tank. So I started dosing or using the Polyp Labs Medic, and I've read mixed reviews about it. I used that in the tank, and then when I ordered the Anthias and Cleaner Wrasse, I quarantined them. I used the oh gosh, what's that called? Hydro complex, whatever it is, hydro something medication. I did a video on that. Well, that was a bath, and then I did general cure with them, and I kept them quarantined for 2 weeks. Then I add them to this tank. Gosh, I don't even remember how long it's been now. They've been in this tank in the main display, I guess, going on 2 weeks now. And they look extremely healthy. I don't see any signs of problems. The purple tang is coming back to life again. Eating, doing well, regaining his color. So everything's going well as far as the fish. So whatever disease I had in the tank that wiped out a vast majority of my fish, I'm just hoping and praying that it's gone and won't resurface. Now, I'm going to continue, and I actually have more fish coming in tomorrow, and I'll do a video when I get those unboxed and quarantined to show you what else I ordered. I'm going to quarantine those the same way. Is it called Hydroplex? I think it is. So I'm going to do the Hydroplex bath, and then I'm going to do the general cure for, I think it says 3 days, and then the other by the maker of Hydroplex, the Ruby Red, the other one. I'm going to do that in the quarantine tank, and I think it's for 3 days as well. So I'm going to do the two of those and make sure all the new fish are eating good. And after 2 weeks, I'll do the same. I'll add them to the main display, and I'll keep you updated with any changes there. But like I said, all the fish seem really healthy now, so I think I'm past that. All right, then the other side of things, like I said, I've struggled with the corals that I have coloring up. So when I got them in, they were basically browned out. Now, not all of them. The blue tort was good, and then the millipora back there was green. It was good. But this acro, this one, and this one, those all came in brown. And it was divided. Like, I got some of them from Top Shelf Aquatics and some from Worldwide Corals. And I seem to experience the same thing. I mean, when they come in, they're usually just brown. Well, they always say that, give them some time and they'll color back up. Well, while I get growth from all of them, I never have been able to get them to color back up so far. So in my ICP test and everything looked good in my tank, with the exception of iodine was a little low, potassium was a little low, and then my nitrates and phosphates have been super low. So I'm now dosing all of those. Since I've started dosing all those, and I'm not sure how well this video comes out, then I started having like this huge brown algae bloom on all the rocks. So that's kind of the side effect, I guess, of dosing probably the nitrates and phosphates. But on the positive aspect of that, where I don't really think I can pick it up in this video or with my camera. I might have to go and dig my filter out again. But if you see where the coral there, where it's encrusting over the rock, it now has some blue and green rings around the encrusting part. Same with this coral. It has green around the encrusting part. And then this one over here, if you can see it, has some green. It looks like green, yellow, and a little blue. So since I have been dosing the nitrates, phosphates, iodine, and potassium, I am now seeing in the encrusting part where it's coming over the rock, I'm seeing color. So that's a very positive thing for me because I hadn't been able to do that prior. You know, I have the branching digitatas. I have the fire, I think it's called, the blue one, and then the green back there as well. You know, and they always do fine for me anyway. They did fine in my previous tank. They did fine when I had them in the 35, the water box. Never had an issue with those. They always did really great. But my issue is just the, I guess these actual acropora. So I'm really excited, you know, to see how they color up now. And I just have to figure out what to do about the algae. I'm trying to focus on keeping my nitrates around 5 to 10. And then my phosphates, I think I was at 0.05. So I'm gonna try to adjust and try to keep that around 0.03, I think is what most people recommend. But anyway, I'm trying to tailor it a little bit and make adjustments to get it to chase the numbers, so to speak, and get it to ideal conditions. Otherwise, all my other parameters I'm happy with them. Alkalinity right now, I'm running it at 8.0. It bounces a little bit between 8.0 and 8.05, something like that, 8.1. It'll fluctuate a little bit around there. Calcium is staying pretty consistent at 420. Magnesium is staying at 13, around 1330 to 1350 is where I've been running it. Let's see what else. What else have I been checking and keeping an eye on? Oh, pH. So my pH has definitely gotten better ever since I put in the Chaeto reactor or Cato reactor, and also ever since I started dosing the Kalkwasser again. My pH now, I still haven't hit that 8.3, but my pH, the low, is pretty much 8.0 on the dot as my new low, when before it was like 7.7 to 7.8, somewhere right in there. So I've gotten the low up to 8.0 for pH, and my high during the day, it gets up to 8.2 at times, and that's about the highest that I've seen. So, you know, that's definitely an improvement. I mean, I'm happy with that. As long as it doesn't dip below 8, I think, you know, I'm just going to let it ride and not really try to do anything else with it. You know, I would love to see the 8.3 number, because even BRS did a long video on it, how there's so many benefits, you know, to having that. But, you know, like stronger coral skeletons and all that kind of stuff. Along with, you know, faster growth and everything. But I'm happy as long as it stays above 8. Let's see. I think everything else for the most part has been good. If you followed along, I'm still really happy with my lights. I have the Orphic bars and then the Kessels. I think everything's going to be good there. I really don't see a need right now. I left room in the little top or cabinet that I built. I left room that I could add 2 more Orphic bars if I need to, but I don't think that's going to be needed. And in my previous video, even I've checked the par several times, and you know, on the high end, I'm getting like right at 400, and then on the low end, you know, right over 300, so towards the bottom. So I think, you know, I think I've got plenty of not only par, but I think I'm pretty, as these grow out, we'll just have to see, but I think the shading is going to be pretty decent. Well, not having shading rather. I think I'm gonna be pretty good there, but if I find that I can see a lot of shading going on, then I might make some changes there. So, new fish and some new corals coming in tomorrow. I'll do another video on all that after I get the corals in the tank. Otherwise, fish are healthy, corals are looking better, everything's improved except for this brown algae bloom that I'm getting taken over the tank. Basically having to clean the glass daily. The back there I'm cleaning once a week, and you can probably see there scratching it. So that back layer is on the Innovative Marine EXT is acrylic. It has glass behind it, but it has an acrylic front. So I was trying to, instead of just using my sponge, I tried just my algae scraper, and I didn't even realize I did it, but left some scrapes along the acrylic. So yeah, I guess I shouldn't do that. You can't notice it when the back is clean, but when the brown algae goes over it, you can really see it. But one of those mistakes I can say that I've done and learned from. I kind of knew it could happen. I was just trying to do it gently, and I didn't think I was pushing down hard enough to make it happen. So I guess I was. Otherwise, no signs of fermented snails again. I'm still crossing my fingers on that one. If you followed along, you know, I had a huge outbreak. Took over the whole tank. Every inch of rock pretty much was covered with them. That's when I did the entire tank tear down. And since I put it back up, I did find a couple of fermented snails down in the sump. I drained the sump, filled it up with water, RODI water, and citric acid. Scrubbed it out really well, rinsed it out really well, and then set the system going again. I think by doing that, then I kind of had another little mini cycle. So, you know, these changes that I'm making, I think that's one of the reasons why I'm having the brown algae. It's not just the nitrates and phosphates that I'm dosing. It's probably just, you know, the tank probably keeps cycling somewhat with all the things I'm doing and changing. So, you know, what they say is always true, leave it alone, or do one thing at a time, or do it slow. So when I brought this tank back online after the reboot, then I've changed a lot at one time. So I'm slowing down now, and I'm gonna add some more corals and fish, and then I wanna try to let things settle in for a while, and then eventually even add more. So I want to fill this tank up basically with SPS. I want it to be a SPS dominant tank. I'm probably going to put mainly all acros in this tank. So I want to kind of fill it up eventually, but we'll see what happens. But anyway, thanks for watching. You know, just wanted to kind of, for anybody interested, you know, do an update, let you know what was going on. Let me know if you have any questions or comments. Thanks a lot.